And a very good early morning, late evening to everybody out there. I feel like the Art Bellish guy here. I really miss that guy. That was really good. If you didn't grow up with Coast to Coast, when Art Bell started in the mid '90s, you were a listener. Man, let me tell you something. That guy, that was a badass show. George Norrie does it now, like on KFI. It's like broadcast. I think it's the most listened to nighttime radio show in the country. But when it was around with Art Bell, it was really Art. I have to. I'm not trying to take anything away from George Norrie, but Art Bell was really so great. Like in having these guests on, and George Norrie does it too. But you know, there was something about that guy. He did it from Pahrump, Nevada. If you know anything about that, that's like the only. It's like there's one of few counties in this country that prostitution is still legal. Believe it or not, like they have brothels. Well, in Nye County, Pahrump, that's one of them. It's like with small towns that were, it's under 250,000 people. There's some law, I forget what it is, but that's just not that I wouldn't go to, that kind of thing. But I just love that type of American freedom. And it's not just that, there's something about like, you go to Las Vegas, it's 24/7. I mean, I have walked around, 5, 6 in the morning, where it's kind of like, the party's over, kind of people go to sleep, and there's no real, the early morning partying thing that I noticed anyway. But you know, uh, I just talk, when I used to go to Vegas, and by myself, and I just love the freedom, man. I don't drink anymore, but just the freedom of being able to do that outside or whenever you want. I love that, this adult Disneyland-ish type mentality, like to go dancing, and I mean, man, it's just really, really something incredible. You get bored of it, you're gonna like it, you get bored out of everything. You live long enough, right? This is a chai spice, no special ingredient tonight, but we'll get into the narrative topic in a second. And the subject. Sometimes I just put titles just to get into this as fast as I can, so I can start the talking. Um, Title not important. What I say is important. Um, I'm just thinking about those times. In Vegas, I go out dancing. It was really the people, make it. The music too, like it's really good music for mainstream and for older people in these lounges. When I say older, I'm talking about 40s plus. Um, Tonight I went to, yeah, usually I go and I just do my workout, like by myself and everything. But I don't know. Today I was saying, like tonight I was saying, I hit the gym kind of late. I was there, and I was like, I'm gonna go right out to the park right after. I did a good leg workout, a really hard one. After I ate something, I was like, let me go up again. Okay, we're back. Okay. Um, and sometimes I gotta be honest, I'm not a hermit. I like to be around people, and sometimes I want to try to game. Like try to meet women. Like that's the thing. I'll get to what happened today also in a second. With, um, with the chick that gave me the card, the one I like at the wrestling school, I stepped up to the plate. I'll talk about that in a minute. It's a lot of stuff to get to. All right, so I was like, fuck it. Let me go up to the piggy, and see what's going on. And I don't care that DJ, he brags about his East Coast nonsense. He don't know, he fucking doesn't know how to really play anything. But I look at it like this: if I get a little practice in, if I feel in whatever you're playing, I'll get down a little bit, and that's okay. So I get there and I'm standing out there, and this chick, this little, she used to have benches outside, whatever. She just says something like, and she walks by like real fast. She gets up, she looks at me, and she goes, "You again," kind of thing. She said something like, you know, I couldn't, I forget, but it was something along the lines of like she remembered, she like goes, you, and then she just walks off. Like I couldn't reply. Like it was just so fast. Like because she didn't stop. Like she just said something. He goes, you come here and I just don't like you. Like that's what she said. Something about she don't like me. She walked up. I couldn't even answer. Like I'm not gonna yell or anything like that. I'm not gonna. No, I'm talking. So this is right in front of the security guard thing, and he knows there's a strip club next door. I don't know. I don't think she was a stripper. But what happens is then later she went to go into the place again. She walked right by me. So I go, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I don't even know. You don't even know my name. What are you talking about me? Like I don't even know you. And she goes, well, you come here all the time, and you got a bad reputation, this and that. And I go, I don't know what you're. Give me an example. What are you talking about? Like, give me an example. Like, I don't. What you're. And she just wouldn't like, like I asked, what are you talking? And she just walks off. And I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people. Like, I really don't. It's like a crop of this DJ that sucks. And then you've got like these people, these same regulars like and you got these strippers that come over from next door, like they're trying to push their service or whatever. And I could tell, like I have a pretty good imagination of things. And what I'm trying to find is like these normal, like people like they're or they're tourists something, because would come in there and try to find like an anomaly or something. I don't know. Like I'm trying not to get in any trouble or anything, and it's always competitive. It's always, not a good place to meet. You would think like it'd be social. This is a good place to meet women, like no, 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 no. And the problem is there is none, like it's, listen, man, I went to this one thing on that. It was like I'm trying to remember, it was some book thing. And I swear there were like 500 women at this thing. And I was there. I was like one of the only guys there. I don't know, something out of a movie. You wouldn't believe it. And I remember I tried talking to some of these women, and none of them would even, they're just like all brainwashed robots. Now, I'm not saying all of them are, but it's just my experience. Like I was in the market. There was this one woman, she was right next to me checking out. And I just didn't want to like get on top of her saying, hi. It just seems people are like these kind of brainwashed robots. Like they just, their minds are just, well, I'm going shopping and I'm leaving. Like, it's like, hey, I'm like a great guy here. I'm trying to, hi, like I shouldn't have to be overwhelming on them, but it's like that high kind of thing. That's the opener. That's like, hey, give me a second so I can try to hit on you. It's like these women are hit on all the time. You know what? I have no rachmunis in Jewish. In Yiddish, it's like sympathy. I can't, I don't care. I don't care. That's all I know is I don't get, okay? I heard something like 20% of guys are getting 80% of the women. I don't know what statistics. I just know, yeah, look, I'm a normal guy. I'm a normal fucking guy. And, I have a very, very, very difficult time, just, I don't know, it's my age. It's just, like the way people are, the needs are met. I talked to this one guy who used to go to pickup artist thing. He was older than me, like 10 years ago. And he goes, WJ Warrior Junior, their needs are met here. They're giving their love to the animals. So then that's done. I'm seeing couples together. I don't know where they're meeting. They're meeting through friends, school, work. A long time ago, they came together from, another town or something. I'm just seeing people together, like holding hands and kissing, and here I am, like alone. Like, and it's really fucked up. It's really fucked up that, you know, I'm just a good guy. Like I really am. Like, and that woman tried to make me feel like I was some type of, and it didn't. I know, like Wayne Dyer said, this, don't be reactive. I was trying not to, but I was trying to hold my ground. I'm not going to let you throw me under the bus for no, and me not and sit there and take it. Like, you don't know who I am. She didn't give me a chance. What are you coming up with this summary judgment? I don't know. Like I said, just basically that, and she just like came up whatever. Maybe she saw me there, like, try to, look. I used to get kind of mad, a couple of years ago, like unorthodox tactics, and women can see this from afar, and they just make their decision. Oh, he's a creep because, well, why? Why? Because you're seeing me like do things a little differently. I never put a hand on a woman without ever permission ever. I've watched guys, do other things. I've watched guys like strong arm women, like almost strangle them. I've seen things with and I have no fucking idea why these women stay with these guys. They must be providers. They have money, whatever. But like some of these big, beefy Mexican dudes, I've seen them manhandle women in front of me, like In-N-Out Burger. And I'm going to, I just don't want to say, like, I don't want them to kill me, but like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell is going on in this world where a guy like me is such a sweet person and it has no value? It really has no fucking value. And I just, my mom says, well, it's LA, it's LA. And I don't talk to her about this. She can't, nothing that she can do about it. But that's what her answer is. He goes, you're living in this warped area. This is not it's a warped thing where people like, status, it's showing off. It's not about anything. That's why the divorce rate's so high, a part of it. This is good. So I stayed there at the Piggy. I even stopped in the den for a second, and a garbage, another, like, I couldn't have been there for more than 5 minutes because the DJ, whatever, is playing this god awful hip hop stuff, and these kids are trying to, it's no flow or nothing. So I left there. I went back to Piggy, and then I saw like there was a group of four. It was like looked like two. Yeah, there were two dudes. Sorry, two dudes and two chicks, and this one chick, like I was wearing all blue, like a kind of a long sleeve blue shirt, form fitting, like light blue jeans and my blue shoes. Oh, fedora hat, kind of. I was like kind of saying, hey man, get down with the dancing, that's my little conversation thing, like. And this one chick that was wearing the blue, like, yeah, she had like this nice tight top on, she's a little bit older, like probably younger than me, but not much. But still, like, I was like, wow, she's pretty nice. So they all went upstairs. The dance thing. As I went up there, it's like nobody up there. So I kind of stayed on their side. They were on the little dance floor, and I wasn't really getting any attention, from her. She walked by me and said, "Oh, all blue like me," and she just really didn't respond. She took some pictures. There's like a picture of that Burt Reynolds picture from like Boogie Nights. They had that, so I could tell like she had kind of like a free spirit, but it was very sexy, you know. And so, I think I talked about this, befriending the group, even when there's like gay guys or something, and I could kind of felt like these guys, they were not heterosexual, they weren't really on each other, but like they weren't, they were with those girls, but they weren't really, defending them kind of thing, like I was getting that gay kind of vibe from. Could be wrong, anything, but that's what I was sensing. And so anyway, that chick, I kept eyeing her, and this fucking DJ, he tried to like befriend the group too. I saw, so he tried that first. I just waited, and he shut it down a little early, around 1:30. And ironically, so they're all going like, I don't know why, but I was saying, hey, well, let me just be nice to one of these gay guys, just to be nice anyway. And I was, and then so like we're all going downstairs, and those guys are, they were ahead of me, and this other girl, but the one I liked, I went down, and she was right behind me. So I fucking, I wish I would have stopped, but I kept walking a little. But I did turn around. I go, boy, you have such a great spirit. I hit her like on a nerve. It was kind of good, and she responded very positively. I said, I wish like you were closer to my age or so. I said, so I tried to keep the conversation going, And she goes, well, how old are you? Like, she did stop. Like, we get to the bottom of the stairs. We had a little distance between us. It wasn't like one of those things like that, real close kind of thing. Um, I don't know if she kept that distance intentionally to go back to her friends, but I wouldn't tell her my age. She goes, well, I'm almost 40. She goes, so she goes like 41, 42, and I kept going like this, and then eventually she kind of just went back to her friends kind of thing, which were kind of at the bar around, and it was kind of crowded in there, like, and I just didn't want to chase. I didn't want to chase, but like, I mean, man, that would have been a good one, like she was not bad, like I would have loved to kind of hang out. If she would just would have said, hey, come hang out with us kind of thing. I could have like been nicer, to the gay guys and whatever, and found out the deal here. Like, how do you know each other? Nicely and slowly, you work your way into the group and you introduce yourself, like, and I thought they would have saw my dancing, a little bit, but they weren't really that receptive to it. That's okay, but I got nothing. End result, security guy gave me a bottle of water as I left, so I ended up. Then on my way, I had to stop at my friend Ruben's place to just check, make sure his place is okay. I saw some woman hanging out by the mall that I go to my gym at. She was kind of hanging out on the steps, and I just walked by her and I said, "It's gonna be okay," and she kind of laughed. I've heard women say, "No, it's not." Like I've seen it. Look, man, you gotta keep trying. I know it sounds like you're like a pervert. You're trying so hard, but let me tell you something. If you don't continually remain sharp, like, women can read your insecurities and your mumblings and your bumblings. Like you have to come off with a normal confidence, and the only fucking way to do that is to practice, 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 and practice. I mean, it just, that's what it is. Now, if you got a natural, if you're a natural, then this doesn't apply to you. None of this fucking shit does. I listen to M33 Secrets. That guy, he's like a half white, half. I could tell. Like, he's my age. He's a real cute Latino kid, like whatever. And he was banging all these women when he was young. So I can't really, then they try to tell you what you should do, but he don't understand what it's like to get nothing when you were younger. Like it's like saying, like when you were young, you were rich, and now you're still living a good life, but how could you relate if you were poor when you don't relate to? That's in your resume, like, those times, they're not forgotten. It's in your hard drive. It's part of who you are, whatever happened to you, and it's that much harder to I'm not saying like all hope is lost kind of thing, but it really is, a struggle, like, because you think about, man, I got nothing and I'm still getting nothing, like, but I'm more confident now, I'm more brazen, like, and now a woman told me off there, like, it's just wow, I usually go to the park, and just do my workout at night, and I just don't like to feel I'm missing anything. Like, I don't want to become a hermit, one of these guys, that gives up on society completely. Like, that's what, if you go to the park, at midnight, 1 in the morning, doing your exercises, I mean, you ain't gonna meet anybody there. So, that I felt like, all right, just go to the fucking, that bar, whatever. They have the DJ on Friday night, so it's like relatively close. All right, so that's enough with that. All right, enough of the suspense, enough of the fucking thing. I had that girl's card, like, my living room, and man, I know you can tell, huh? You could feel the tension of sadness, like that's in my pausing, like in my speech right now, you know. I know I said you're not gonna get her, like of that 99%, the million to one chance. I know. It's like, and I hate to say it, but it's like, wow, wow, wow. All right, so what happened? All right, enough. It's just, okay, so I emailed her and I wrote the subject title was the ultimate question. I put in quotes, ultimate, because like her character, her wrestling thing is like the ultimate. What's her name? The ultimate fitness. I'm trying to remember. The ultimate athlete. Yeah, that's her. That's her mo. So I put like in quotes the ultimate question, and I wrote basically what I said, a very brief one paragraph, and I just opened up straight up, and I went like, "Hey Jessica, I would love to take you out to dinner and or dancing sometime. My phone's not working until Tuesday, and I'm considering more than likely not going to the wrestling school anymore because of the thousands of dollars they want to charge, and I don't see it being a benefit to me." That's it. And then on the bottom, I have this picture. It's really cute. It's like these two squirrels, and it's like there's a female squirrel, like, and there's a male squirrel trying to give her like a flower, and she's like kind of receptive. It's really cute. It's really cute. She never replied. Why am I surprised? Why am I surprised? Because like you would think, like, remember I said this, the million to one, the 99.9%. No, I'll think about it. I already have somebody. Every whatever, or no reply. It's the same thing. Why am I surprised? Because like that tiny bit, that million to one, I believe like that she would email me back and say yes. Like I can't believe I'm so I like I just it's like the odds of making it to WWE from wrestling school 0.0013. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I just had so much confidence, like everything I've been through, like I just I hold that contention like that I'm so special, like, and if all this makes me feel like I'm not. It just continues to break my spirit, never ending. Like I never. Wow. I know I shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be because like I said, yeah, she's not gonna do it. She's not gonna do it. Just no, Oh, and I made sure. I want to put this in the paragraph after I asked her, "Would you go like to go to dinner or dancing sometime?" And or I put in parentheses, a no is completely acceptable. It's completely acceptable and expected. I put that. So no, it would hurt his feelings. I already put that. I put no is completely acceptable and expected. Hurt my feelings. You know what's worse than hurting somebody's feelings? Never knowing. Never knowing. It's the worst thing. Never knowing is the worst of all. Never trying and never knowing. Les Brown talks about this, the ghosts of regret. When you're on your deathbed, the ghosts of regret they will come for you, each one for something that you didn't try. You let it go. They're gonna say, and we have to fucking die with you that you didn't fucking try. Whatever it is, whatever it fucking is. And I'm trying to think of, because I'm making sure those, and I think those ghosts, even though I didn't get nothing, but those ghosts are going, dude, you know what? You're all right, man. We're not gonna come to your deathbed saying, and you fucking didn't try, you know. That was a hard one. That was a hard one to send that email, like to because I had to know. I had to know already. It's not. Ruben says to wait. He told me to wait, try to grow a relationship, like so she sees you a lot and gets to know you. I am not gonna pay to go to that fucking wrestling school just to try to create something that's not there for me and for hoping the double entendre, like thinking that you're gonna get her and then you're gonna become a professional wrestling manager and famous like Bobby Heenan or something like that. Now, ironically, so I went to the market earlier today, and coming back, I bumped into Bobby Axel. Um, this guy, I don't know, you know, I mean, he's kicking ass. I mean, this guy, like, making a lot of fucking money. I'm very happy for him. I don't know this guy very well, but he's connected with WWE. He's my age. I think he's 6'2". I never got really good. He's got some good height on him. Probably about 215, but he's got very good shape for his size. Very good shape. I know he takes, but it's like, and he just was like, dude, you ain't, and he sees what I look like, and he goes, "This for young people, man. It's." And I said, "What about like managers? What about?" And he just like kind of just brushed it off, like. So here's what I feel like. I feel like I've been going to wrestling school for a month, right? I went all the way down that Huntington Park thing, and I didn't really what I've been seeing there, what I've done, whatever. All of it means no big deal. What I heard kind of was preaching to the choir. There was a couple nuggets in there, and quiche and everything, and I'm trying to put me on the spot, but I was able to step up when asked for. I meet this girl there that like just blows me away. And here I am now. And it's like now I'm not gonna be going to school anymore and nothing with her, like all for nothing. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. All for nothing. Now, if I didn't go, then I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known this or that or anything. And it just bothers me. It just bothers me that, I would feel like a sucker paying whatever, a couple $1,000 just to hang out there to be part of this school. and them to teach me to walk back and forth and how to take a bump as a manager. I don't see them. They're gonna put me in their house show, so, and they're not gonna pay me any money. It's not about me. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I listened to this one promoter in the 70s. He talked about Roddy Piper gave him like $10 down. It was like $40 back in the early 70s. He never paid any more or something. You know, I don't know how these guys made it. I watched this Canadian thing. It showed Jericho. It showed Edge, Christian. Those were young guys, whatever. You know, the realization is I'm not this and I'm not that. And I'm not what that girl wants. You know, wow. You know, it really is just like, you know, boy, it's supposed to motivate you to be, but what? You know, it just shows you, you're just being pushed out of everything nicely. You're not what the woman wants. You're not what they want. They don't need you for anything, and she doesn't need you for nothing. And it just makes you feel worthless. It really does, you know. You know, when I was growing up, I really thought, you know, like my dad, he married my stepmom. I don't know where they met, but you know, I just see people together like, and they're like good for each other. You know, I remember till my dad died, you know, but very quickly, within like a year. But I just really thought that if people were good for each other, it was that simple. It really should be that simple. Like, you really like somebody, and there's something there, but maybe it's just all my prefabrication in my mind. Maybe I'm harboring a delusional way of thinking that like I see a woman that has all these traits and all this kind of mannerisms and things that I just loved so much. Like I it was like just one thing on top of another, and I finally, you know, I went to that event. I gave her my card, and I wasn't expecting her to call me or email me, which she never did. And then like a week later, like it was at the event at the school, she gave me her card, and I just thought, okay, let's let this develop organically, Mike. You know, it looks, but I can really, I really, you know, she didn't respond. She didn't respond. I know it. Like she got that email. She got it, and it's. She's gonna wait to see if I show up to that school on Wednesday, and it won't matter. It won't matter. It won't matter. It won't matter. It's just I'll feel like a fool. And I'll probably go Wednesday. I'll probably go there because that'll be the last time. But you know, it takes a big man, you know, to open up, like and say, I really think you're something, you know. And women don't understand. Like men are more emotional, like as far as like with their feelings. Like they just think we want to fuck them and that's it. But it's not true. You know, like I really I want more than that. That doesn't. That's not that. You know. That doesn't. That's not the end of the world. It's important, but it's more than that. It's not just a simple, you know, like looking at her as a conquest or something. Like I really see something in this person. Like there's more of me. Like I really, and I just don't even want to say because you know you want to open up your heart to somebody, but they won't let you. You know they won't for whatever reason. It's either there was somebody first that ruined it, you know, or you're just not that type. There's a million reasons. I call it the million to one. It's a million to one for me. Like I'm one of these guys that just, like felt like that at that bar too. Same fucking thing. Feels like that when I go to the gym. It feels like that when I go to the park. It feels like that when I go to the market. It feels like that when I'm walking to the market from the market. It's like I'm like this conscious being. Like I pay attention. I notice some of these people walk like they're robots, on the phone, whatever, looking, or they're just not paying attention to anything. I noticed these two women. I was walking home. There's this high-end nightclub. They didn't care. This car was pulling out. I stopped. They kept walking. They didn't look at me. They didn't look at nothing. There's nothing to look at anyway. They think there's something to look at, but they're nothing. I did it all, man. Spent so many years to go out and have fun. And I look at these people like when I go out and I look at all these other places, none of these people are having a good time. They're not. I can tell. I can look at the expressions on their faces if they had a good time or they're not. I used to go dancing at like Dublin's. It was a great time at least. Never met nobody, never all my years of going to the Highlands or Florentine Gardens or Dublin's or the Valley, whatever. I tried to leave like I was having a good time at least. Many times I did. Even leave it alone all the time. All the time. I just, and I thought when all was said and done, I thought when all was said and done, and I chased my last dream, my last major dream, like get into the wrestling business, like something that I grew up as a kid, and all my knowledge and meeting people and everything. You've seen pictures, I already showed them all. Go back and watch my earlier episodes. I show off pictures. I met all these people. And I thought like the unexpected would happen, like no, I didn't expect at all. But I thought like in the most minute way, like in my heart, I really thought that like the miracle would happen, like the miracle would fucking happen. If I was just really myself, not what I was years ago, and that would shine like that real authentic guy, like it's there, like you're God, I really did. I really, really thought so. And this just, but I said this I said this 99.9%, a million to one. I don't know why I'm surprised that she didn't respond. I don't, and it's like I'm thinking not to go Wednesday. I'm thinking to go Wednesday. You know, I see her there and saying, "Did you get the email?" Like, I mean, cat's out of the bag now. I stepped it up. I asked what I wanted. That's what I wanted. In a way, I feel a lot. Let me tell you something. Remember, I talked about ghost of regret. So that would have been another one. I didn't wait too long. I did it. The next day, I said, "Okay, I'm gonna fucking get up and I'm gonna send that email today," and I did. And I felt a lot better. I felt like a lot of pressure off me because I don't like the procrastination, of wondering, not knowing. But I tried. Here, I'll fantasize with you. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Why not? like in my mind, I was dreaming like that she said yes. She says, but you got to come down here, San Diego. So that's okay. So I take the Dirty Dog or the Metrolink or Amtrak. I get there. And, I was thinking, we went out to get something to eat. We went to a restaurant. What I don't like is people around. If you're really trying to open up as a person to say what's in your heart, and these fucking waiters that come by every 2 seconds, yeah, is everything okay? I think of all these things. So I can't really open up your heart at that fucking meal. Now I'm not going to tell you what I would say because it's too personal. It's too personal. You can use your own imagination to come up with your own way of expressing how you feel in private to the right woman, okay? It's not that difficult. I recommend you don't watch porn for like a couple days too, because it will help clear out your mind, of just lust, Let your imagination come up with things. And that's what happened. Like I started thinking, I was like, okay, so I was thinking like there's this restaurant that I know. It's not in San Diego. It's like more of a coffee shop place. It's open 24 hours, and they have like this walk where you can walk on the beach. There's no interference, like I think of these things. And that's the whole thing, is to get rid of all the interference of people and nothing and noise and background and the people around, and you can't really you want that. God, it's hard for me to talk about it because it's like it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna and I'm not putting that out to the universe. It's just the reality. It's my reality. It's like because it hasn't happened. I'm almost 50 years old. I never get a chance, man. It's a phony. This people. These girls are all married to their friends and their pets. How can they? They give up their love to their animals. So like that doesn't exist. Like they say they want to meet somebody, but they sell that to their friends and they go out with their friends that protect them. So they don't give you. There's no chance. When you're by yourself, you so what they say is not true. So if they say, then they're lying to themselves. They're lying to you. It doesn't. It's just gobshite, bullshit, whatever. Okay, so like I think about like okay, like the way I would do this, I would love to like I like the ocean, like I really like that idea of like night walk on the beach or near like close where you can hear the ocean, There's no interference, from that's what I like about this. So much area near Manhattan Beach or whatever, all the whole area over there where you don't get that interference. Like you get somebody's exclusive time, You really get to see what somebody is, I like that. There's a lot more, but it's not worth talking about because it'll never happen. It won't happen. Not with her. She won't. Probably not with anybody. It's just the hopeless romantic, the something that I thought like is dead and buried, like I didn't care, but this woman kind of brought it out of me, like it's there. Like I'm really a person that would like a companion, like that would fit with somebody that's fit, And unfortunately, those women are extremely in demand as far as like guys they want, like that's like the epitome of what's it has so much currency, You would think water would seek its own level, but it, doesn't matter. Like I have more gym time than anybody, and I don't brag about that. Probably Michael Hearn's got me beat, because he lives at he's there every morning at the Gold Venice. But I got so much fucking time. It's sick how much time I've got gym time over my lifetime, and it never fucking amounted to me meeting a woman that was comparable. But again, I was a little bit. I was more of a curmudgeon, like angry. I went through a lot of phases in my life, especially when I was drinking, on and off. And even not drinking for over 3 years. It's not really. I haven't been able to corral, lasso any of these women that like you would think gave up toxic things. Like it would be, your life would change. Bingo for the better fast. No, no, no. There's no fast for me. There's no fast. There's no fast. There's no Belfast. I don't know what it came up, but well, but again, this is not surprising. It's expected. If I ever do get a response in that email, I will definitely tell you about it, and it will be everything but. It will be everything but. A maybe is a no. A no is a no. I'll think about it's a no. The only thing is yes. That's the only thing. I'll think about it possibly. There's no, it doesn't matter. And, it's just the way it is. Remember I said this, life is not a movie. It doesn't have that storybook ending where at the end, this guy, what he went through, and finally gets her, like it's unbelievable. He's a nothing, he's like a homely looking guy, It's that movie While You Were Sleeping, Sandra Bullock. Yeah, it's a delusion, is what that is. They're like a really good looking guy, and then he goes into a coma, and then that guy, he's like just the average kind of thing, and she falls for him. Bad news for you folks. Don't believe it. Don't fucking be a sucker, because that's what those movies are trying to sell you. Jennifer Lopez one that married me. It's don't believe the nonsense, okay? Because what it is, it's trying to sell you false hope. The 40-year-old virgin, that's a pathetic joke of a movie. I know it's supposed to be a comedy, but I got news for you. Any guy 40 years old that never did it before has contemplated suicide, okay? I know, because I'm one of them, all right? And I'm not 40, I'm almost 50, okay? Put two and two together. Put two and two fucking together, man. That's how fucked up it is. Go pay, go get a beautiful woman, escort and pay. No. right one. And I thought I found it. It's so shocking because I went to that school with just the intention of my own personal career. Like I was interested in this business. And again, I saw this one. I just lit up. When I saw her, I just lit up. It was like magic. Okay. And everything she started doing just fit perfectly into what the kind of person I am. Like everything, okay? Every fucking thing. And it doesn't generally, I know it's just very odd. It's shocking. It's like, Stone said electric, he called it. When he's talking about Adrian, the character. I know that's a movie, but there's that truth of element of that person that was right for him. And that's what I think Jessica was for me. Like, she's just right for me. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's not a movie. It's not Rocky. It's not Adrian. It's reality. And the reality is that you have no idea, really. I was trying to find out, like, the main thing is that if I could get that dinner, I just want to know everything. Like, what I've seen is like so, everything that she's done, like, is just so incredible, like that. I'm so impressed by it. So I'm just so want to get to know her. Like, I want to just, it's just, there's nothing gonna say, oh, you said that, you did that, or you did that when you were younger. Like, I wouldn't, I'm not so, judgmental. But I would love to hear her story. Like, I would love to know everything about her, But everything I see, it's like, just, I'm blown away. Okay? Because it's not really this. It's what I've seen. Like, I guess if you want to look at it like an audition process, like what I don't know if that's what the right way to say it, but it is. Like, I basically have been observing for a month, and everything, like, is just, it's like just exactly what I'm looking for. It's exactly what I want, and it's weird. It's very weird because, like, it's not like, well, probably a lot of women think, well, you just have a good body, probably want, no, it's not just that. It's come on, guy. I spent my years in fitness. She works in a physical therapy thing, and I'm involved in a cosmetic bodybuilding thing. It's like it's so, but that's not just that. And then it's other things, and both did the wrestling, both like this, and both intense, and we're both like we're performers. We're both like, like. It's like so many fucking things, like this, and I'm sitting there and I go, why is this so? It's like, if there's a God out there that you're telling me you're gonna put this in front of me after everything I've gone through, and you're gonna take it away. You're not gonna let me, like, how could you do that? Like, what kind of, what the fuck? Why am I here? Why am I here? Think about that question. Why are you here? Well, procreate. Well, I don't want to have kids. I just don't think, like, I think it's just too much responsibility and everything. I would like the right mate, of course, but why are you here? Why are you here? And After everything I've gone through, like almost half a century I've been on this planet. And it's like I talked about Field of Dreams. I talked about, the end of Shawshank Redemption, whatever. And that's what I felt like. I felt like I went through like everything. And I wasn't expecting anything. And they're like something to just blow me away. Like I haven't been that impressed. I cannot tell you the last time I've seen somebody like that just made me feel alive. Like it really just. I mean, I can't. I don't know. It's like magic. That's the only thing I can describe her as. It's just she's really, really, really. I just melt. Inside when I see somebody like when I saw her. You know, it's everything. It's not just like her taking the bumps in the ring. It's not just the way her intensity is. It's not just the way she looked at me at that event. Like it's everything. That look though, that was like really just incredible. Like I don't know if she realizes it, but it's like just I could look at her like that all day. I mean, it's the most amazing thing that it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable like that. And she's got that. Like she could do it. Just look at you like so close. It's amazing. It's amazing. She really is the ultimate person. It's not just an athlete. She's the ultimate person. And I know there's other ones out there. I know there is. And the reason I say that is because like it's like I'm expected no. I just I think that I can't like I don't hold up, you know? I'm kind of like a donkey. I'm not a thoroughbred, like a woman wants that thoroughbred. I'm a donkey kind of. I don't know. But we tried. We tried. I got like a lot of cojones, man. Don't think I'm not scared to go out there Wednesday to see that reaction. She's there, whatever. I'm not scared, and I wouldn't go out there just for that. I'm going out there to talk to these guys about tuition costs. I mean, it's I'm or just it's more about being straight up and telling them, dude, I'm not paying $2,500 for you to teach me to walk back and forth with a tennis racket. It'd be like going there to tell them off. It wouldn't even be. I know it's not even worth it. For her to see my reaction after I sent that email, it's not worth it. It doesn't matter. What matters is I tried with all my heart. That's all that matters, and that's it. You have to understand that this world or wherever, it's not. You don't always get. You don't meet the woman that it's not always not, it's just shocking to me like when I walk around I see all these people together holding hands and kissing and I'm going my god, like am I cursed? Like I don't, what's wrong with me? Like I'm a nice guy, like what, how come? But that's not what hurts. What hurts is going to the last thing, you know. It's not seeing around in public people together. That doesn't bother me, you know. The last thing was at wrestling school. That was like the last thing that I wanted out of this life when I was here. I mean, you know, of course, my dance movie dream, that was just something that I wish to, but that wrestling thing, I really wanted to say I fucking tried, man. I really went after that. That's the last thing I really, you know, something. And I'm older, that just, wow, just doesn't work the way that you think sometimes. You know? You know, I will definitely talk about if I ever get a response of no, whatever, or anything. I'll, you know, I'll let him know. I'll open up about that honestly. In that tiny, now it's like, it was like 0.1%, you know, that out of, 99.9. Now it's like 0.001%, thinking that I'm going to get an email. I told her my phone is until Tuesday. I don't have a phone. And she would just say, sure, you come on down here to San Diego. I'd love to see you. I'd love to go out with you. I can't even say that with hope, you know, because it sounds so delusional. It sounds so far fetched, you know. It's not that I'm putting that out into the universe, doesn't matter. You can put out whatever the fuck you want. I put out what was in my heart in that email, which I'd rather do in person. That's why what I did was, you know, I gave a little precursor with that picture, you know, like showing that I think you're just unbelievable, you know. I'd love to tell her everything I went through in my life, you know. And I would love to hear her story too. I mean, it's just, it adds to, you know, person I would love to know, you know, like I just feel like I'm not enough. I never have been. I never will be. That's what it feels like. It feels like whatever I did, you know, I don't fit this mold of a woman who'd be like, all right, you know, there's something about you, you know, like they would feel that electric, they would feel that what did I call it? I didn't call it electric. I called it magic. I called it magic. And the right woman would know, like, say, this guy, you know, like he's got that, you know. And it didn't, you know. I'm gonna be honest. I told you, like, okay, when I first saw her, the first time I lit up, but it was like little by little. Like I started to, you know, I immediately wasn't like blown away by her as far as like talking like this. It took about a month, I would say. I would say about a month. And everything I saw within that month that just made her just so so desirable to me. Like I was like, this is the kind of person like that I've been looking for my whole life. Okay. It doesn't matter if she's 20 and I'm 48. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. I think I don't know how old she is. She's an adult for sure. It doesn't fucking matter. Because women age faster as far as like their time, like so, and I know that sounds like, wow, it's a long difference in age, but it's not. It's not. A woman 20 and a guy 50, that guy that pissed away so many years doing bad things, but he cleaned up his life. A woman that's 20 that like he could offer so much as far as knowledge and what he went through and like guidance. It's just a good. I don't look at it like the way my friend will. That would be like if you had a kid when you were 30 and 50. No. It's not like anything. You're old enough to be your dad. No, you know what? How many women I've seen that are that age that their parents are older than me. Well, a lot older, 55 or something like that. $60 and 20 that's a little, that's too much. That's too much. There's a huge difference. And I'm not 50 yet, I'm 48. So somebody in 25, I wouldn't even, it's fine. Unbelievable. It works in physical therapy too. Unfucking believable. It's like everything. I could just go on and on about things that are just so perfect, Doesn't matter, does it? But at least she knows that you tried. At least I can live with myself, knowing that I tried. That's what's important. Not trying, not knowing, wondering. There's nothing that eats me up more than that. They probably think it's the no that crushes you. The getting a no. No, it's not the no. A woman telling you no, you're not interested, I'm not your type. That doesn't bother me. It bothers me a little bit, but doesn't bother me as much as not knowing, not having tried. That eats at me like you would not fucking believe. Because there's somebody with a creative imagination that sits there and wonders, what if? What if? Oh my God, that's like the worst. The what if? Okay. All right, that's all for now. I know I talked a lot about it. It meant a lot. And you know what? I know it sounds like it's all about her and everything, but it's not. It's really about me. It's about me that I tried. I tried. wasn't expected, so I didn't, and like somewhere deep down, like somewhere, as I won't really admit it, well, admit it, but it's so small percentage that there is somebody out there like that for me. There's a song I heard. I know you're out there somewhere, somewhere, somehow. I know I'll find you somewhere, somewhere you will hear my. But it's incredible. I know. And every time, I think maybe the guy's talking to aliens or something, trying to be extra. But when I hear that song, I think of like the right woman. I'm gonna listen to that song when I get off this. But think of like that right woman. It just doesn't seem. I mean, it's like you could see like my emotions. Like how hard it is to talk about something because you're talking about like one of the most important things of somebody's life. I know we're so focused on making money, and having a life, but think about what that's like of having the right compatible partner. I mean, what's that worth? What's that worth? I can't tell you. I mean, it's priceless. It's fucking priceless. You're only here on this planet for so long, but the right partner, it's magic. I hear these things like girlfriend experience. You guys pay $1,500 for the GF. Can you imagine like a woman that's perfect for you? It's free. And it's not just that it's free, it's real. It's not just you're paying like a hot chick to pretend she's your girlfriend for an hour or something. It's a real person like that likes you for you. You know how much fun that would be? What value? It's priceless. It's fucking priceless to have a woman that is everything like that. I never had it. Never. It's close. Close doesn't matter. They're close to winning the Super Bowl, but they lost. Doesn't matter. They didn't be close. So what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Well, believe me, I got a very vivid imagination of incredible things that would be just. I would be like a fantasy. It would be a fantasy. I wish. I wish. I could just imagine being with such a beautiful woman. It would be heaven. I remember like this is a black security guy. I'll never forget this. It was a speed dating event in Santa Monica, 10 years ago, maybe less. But I went out to it, and again, you have to understand, it was a lot different than this. I still have overtones of combativeness in my, you could tell, like, way on, but can you imagine, like, me being cranked up, like, to really being 100% like craziness? Well, I've been like that. I've had the guy running the thing like want to kick my ass outside. I'm telling you, you don't know the kind of intense person that I was, thinking that I could show that I'm different than every other guy through this type of mannerisms, behavior, like of psychoness. I mean, well, not really psychoness, just real like a little too much, just a little too much for that a woman, I think it's. So I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, the security guy. Okay, so I got there early, and there's a security guy. We're talking like it was like in a restaurant, but I guess he was watching over this building or something, and we start talking about the women thing, and he just like and he's like, dude, man, it's hard to get. I remember he's like, man, I work on these women, and then he just was like, after I talked to the guy for half an hour, and he goes, WJ, like we call me by my real name, but we go by the channel name here. W Warrior Junior with WJ. I'm gonna show you something, man. He takes me out in the back. He's got like this kind of SUV or whatever, his truck, and I thought, he was like, get in, man. And I said, no. Were you gonna take me out to the desert and cut me up into pieces? I was like paranoid. He goes, no, just so closes the door and he puts on a sound system, whatever, like that. He goes, you hear how tight that is? And I go, what? He goes, everything I do. He told me this is what he said. He turns off the music and he goes, everything this job, this car, my place, everything that I do is so I can get those sexual experiences in bed with beautiful women. That's it. Like that is and he goes, that is my only reason. That's all I care about is getting that. And I just said, I completely understand and agree with you. Completely understand and agree with you. Because I never got any of that. Nothing. And I forgot what he offered me. I forget what he tried to tell me something else, but that was the takeaway, really. And then I went to that speed dating event. I got nothing again. I've been a. God, I remember I went to one. There was this one woman. She was with this other guy. We both showed up together. I go, what the fuck? He's speed dating for single people. The fucking guy shows up with this woman that he met there before. It rubbed me the wrong way. Then I tried talking with her outside. I didn't get nothing. And it was like punishment. It's unfathomable sometimes what you see, like what you can go through and what you see trying to get what you want out of this life that's so supposed to be so natural. Men and women to be together, like, and again, I see these gays, they're kissing out of their hand. I go, I'm nothing against them, but like, it's just, that doesn't help me. Like, it's like, God, I see everything that doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't help me to get what I want. I know I'm just going off on a tangent, but watching these videos, watching porn, it's not the answer. I know it's fun. That what it does, it's fan, because what this society does, it just seems like it teases you, like it doesn't want to give up, like what's natural. And that's why I see these guys. I'm wondering how they make it. They got something really to offer. They know these women a long time. I don't know, and it doesn't matter. What matters is me. What matters, I don't get. That's what matters. What matters is I never got to do lots of things. Just say that, It's not living. That's not living. That's existing. Anyway, that's it. That's all. All right. I'm sorry. It's been a. I mean, I get kind of emotional about certain things, topics, and that's one of them. I really do. Anyway, it's all for now. Warrior Juniors. God, man, I hate signing off in such a Debbie Downer mood, but it's like, it's just like taking that, never getting, like just the monotonous of the same shit all the time. Sorry,